Jin Woo from Solo Leveling is one of the strongest, if not the strongest Manhwa MC to exist, with a plethora of broken abilities. But today a challenger is stepping up to try and take his title. Both Solo Leveling and Player Who Can't Level Up follow the same premise. One day gates started appearing all over the world, and with the gates came monsters. After countless people lost their lives, humans gained supernatural powers to fight these monsters. Both MCs started off at the bottom of the ranks, until one day they experienced something that changed their fate forever. Afterwards they quickly climb up the ranks, becoming something like a god. But if the two were to meet on the battlefield as enemies, who would win? To answer this question we would have to look at the exhibits, and lucky for you guys I have gathered all the data, so all you have to do is sit back and enjoy. Exhibit A. Jin Woo was an E-rank hunter until one day he entered a double-layer dungeon. After accepting the strange voice in his head's request, he awakened in the hospital. This is the beginning of his rise to godhood. As a necromancer, he is able to raise anyone he kills from the dead and add them to his army, and he has that army with him everywhere he goes, meaning you can never have a 1v1 with this man. Oh, I forgot, if you're weaker than him, don't bother fighting him because he can make you shit bricks with his voice alone. Even though this skill has some major drawbacks, like you having to be weaker than him, it's still a broken-ass skill. He can open small gates, allowing him to cover large distances in a short period of time. Not only does this skill not have any limitations, he can bring his allies with him. Similar to the small gates, he can open large ones as well, and he can completely erase his presence. He can also use a shadow armor, granting him protection. His weapons of choice are two daggers. Exhibit B. Gigyu from Player Who Can't Level Up had a goal of joining the Player Association to help his sick mother. He awakened as a unique ability holder, which makes your success practically guaranteed. But even though he awakened as a unique ability holder, he was stuck at level 1. Knowing the first floors of the tower better than anyone, he gets a job as a guide. And while on the job, they are attacked by a boss monster that wasn't supposed to be there. To get away from the boss, he enters the 5th floor test of the tower, where he obtains his first ego weapon. After that, he obtained many other egos and abilities. His two main weapons are ego swords, Ru, a demonic sword, and El, an angelic sword. With the number of egos he has increasing, and he has also created an ego himself. Not only does the man has death and life as a skill, he can create angels, and like Jin Woo, he can create gates. And even though he doesn't have an infinite army like Jin Woo, he still has an army. And when it comes to who has more skills, he beats Jin Woo, because in his skill set he also has dual wielding, synthesis, embodiment, binding, demonic eye, demonic arts, cannibalism, strong will, Oberon, close, open, absorption, domination, and reflect, which is many more than Jin Woo. The battle. If the two were to go at it for a long time, it's obvious that Jin Woo is clapping cheeks. The two of them have very similar abilities, but Jin Woo's army is infinite, meaning he can raise any monster from Gigyu's army. But in a short fight, I believe Gigyu has a chance of winning. To make things fair for Gigyu, let's get rid of Jin Woo's army. The short fight. If Gigyu was somehow able to get the jump on Jin Woo without an army, he is winning it for sure. I know that if Jin Woo has his army, all he would have to do is put his army against Gigyu's army and raise any monster that is killed in the process, whether the monster is from his army or Gigyu's army. He doesn't discriminate. His necromancing skills are rated E for everyone, but that's why we got rid of his army. Even though it won't be of much help to Gigyu, it's all we can do to try and nerf this man. In a long fight without his army, he would start off by easily killing some of the monsters in Gigyu's army, because not only is this man a necromancer, the creators of the man who also made him a battle god. He would raise them from the dead and turn them into his allies, and at this point he can stop fighting if he really wants to. That is if Gigyu doesn't attack him. But attacking him would be a mistake by Gigyu, because there is no way he is winning in a 1v1. Slowly the numbers of the battle would shift into his favor until Gigyu is left with nothing but his ego weapons. After, he would hold on for a little while longer until he runs out of energy from fighting an infinite army, leaving Jin Woo as the winner. After presenting you guys with the exhibits, let us know in the comment if you think the battle would go down differently and who you would want us to compare next. While you're down there, don't forget to also like and subscribe so we can bring you more videos.